Hello, I'm Howard, and welcome to Spiritual Shorts. Today we're looking at the story of a talking donkey. No, not the one from Shrek, the one from the Bible. We're taking a look at the story of Balaam and his donkey from the book of Numbers. This story helps us to understand our own life's journey and the importance of staying true to our values. In this story, Balak, the king of Moab, summoned Balaam to curse the Israelites. The Israelites had come from Egypt and they were spreading across the land. Initially, God instructs Balaam not to go. God declares that the Israelites are blessed. Balaam conveys this to Balak's officials. They return to the king, but the king is undeterred. Balak sent more envoys, more prestigious envoys, offering Balaam great wealth for his assistance. Balaam told them he could not act against God's will, but he would seek further guidance. That night, God allowed Balaam to go. He reminded him that he was only to speak God's words. The next day, Balaam set out with the officials, but God's anger was kindled. An angel stood in Balaam's path, unseen by him, but the angel was visible to his donkey. The donkey veered off the path. He veered off the path several times, ultimately crushing Balaam's foot against a wall and laying down. Balaam was not happy. The donkey earned Balaam's wrath. He was beaten by Balaam. But miraculously, the donkey spoke. "Why are you doing this to me? Have I ever refused what you have asked of me?" At that moment, God then revealed the angel to Balaam. He realized his mistake and he offered to return home. But the angel instructed him to proceed and only speak as God had directed. Balaam met with Balak, emphasizing he could only deliver God's message. Each day, we're on our own unique paths, our own unique journey. Sometimes our destination is clear, while other times we are uncertain about where life is taking us. Balaam embodies this journey. Despite being offered wealth beyond measure, he initially stood firm in his loyalty to God. This part of Balaam's story reminds us to identify and hold on to the truths and values in our lives that are non-negotiable, much like refusing a fortune to betray someone you love. These values are our guiding lights, offering clarity amid life's uncertainties. Yet, Balaam's tale also illustrates how easy it is to stray from these values. Balaam lost sight of God's commands not to curse the blessed Israelites. He twisted God's message, focusing on what he perceived as God's refusal rather than the spiritual harm that disobedience would bring him. This serves as a powerful lesson on the danger of trying to align divine guidance with our worldly desires. We often find ourselves, like Balaam, tempted to see God's commands as restrictive rather than protective. We might think bending the rules could lead to our own success or pleasure, but we forget that God's intentions are for our true eternal happiness. God's guidance isn't about limiting us, but about steering us away from harm towards lasting joy. Swedenborg observed that anger often arises when our desires clash with the divine plan. It's like a child seeing a caring parent's no as an obstacle rather than the protection that it is. We can learn to trust that God's plans are for our ultimate good. Balaam's story encourages us to refocus on what truly matters. It's not about pursuing temporary rewards, but about understanding life's deeper rewards. as we journey through life, let's remember that God's providence is always guiding us towards something better, even when it seems our desires are being blocked. Balaam's eventual enlightenment, foreseeing the Star of Bethlehem, symbolizes the beautiful realization that divine rewards, real happiness and love, are far greater than worldly success. Let's keep this lesson in our hearts as we strive to walk a path filled with true joy and purpose. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Spiritual Shorts. May we be inspired to live a life aligned with our highest values. God bless you.